Welcome to the spoken tutorial on array functions and operations. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to use OM shell, how to use array construction functions, how to perform arithmetic operations on vectors and matrices, how to use array conversion functions. To record this tutorial, I am using OpenModelica 1.9.2, Ubuntu operating system version 14.04 and gedit. Windows users may use any text editor like Notepad instead of gedit. To understand and practice this tutorial, you need knowledge of function and array declaration in Modelica. Prerequisite tutorials are mentioned on our website. Please go through them. Let us learn more about OM shell now. OM shell is an interactive command line tool. It is a part of OpenModelica. OpenModelica compiler can be invoked using commands typed in OM shell. It can be used for loading classes and simulating them. Functions can also be called in OM shell. We shall now use classes named polynomial evaluator using vectors and function tester to demonstrate OM shell. These classes were discussed in previous tutorials. For more information on these classes, please watch the prerequisite tutorials. All the commands to be used in this tutorial are provided in a file named omshellcommands.txt. You may locate and download all the code files available on our website. Please save all these code files in one directory for easy access. Now let me launch OM shell. To open OM shell on Ubuntu operating system, click on dash home icon at top left in the launcher. Type OM shell in the search bar. Click on OM shell icon. In Windows, you may find the icon in Start menu. Now let us learn a few useful commands. Firstly, go to the location where you saved the text file named omshellcommands.txt and open it. Note that this file has all the commands to be used in this tutorial. Hence, you may refer to this file whenever in doubt. Now let me switch to OM shell. Type cd, open and close parenthesis. Press enter to display the result produced on execution of the command. This prints the path to current directory. Now let us change current directory to the location where you have saved the code files. Let me change directory on my system. Type cd, open and close parenthesis within double quotes. Specify the path. Press enter. Note that a Windows path uses forward slash unlike the backward slash used in Ubuntu. Windows users need to be cautious of this fact. Now let us load polynomial evaluator using vectors function. Type load file within parenthesis within double quotes polynomial evaluator using vectors.mo. Note that F is uppercase in load file command. This command can be used to load class or model files with a file extension of .mo. Now press enter. If the file is found, OM shell returns true. Now let us call this function interactively. Type polynomial evaluator using vectors with an argument of 10. Press enter. This command takes an input argument of 10 units and displays the result. Let me now load function tester class. Type load file open and close parenthesis, within double quotes, function tester.mo, press enter. Now let us simulate function tester class. Type simulate within parenthesis function tester, comma, start time equals 0, stop time equals 1. Press enter. The simulation is now complete. Let us plot variable z from function tester class. Type plot within parenthesis, within curly braces, z, and press enter. This command generates a plot of variable z versus time. Now let me go back to the slides. Array construction functions are used to construct arrays of given size. Now let us take a look at a few array construction functions. We will also practice them using OM shell. Fill is a function used to create an array with all elements same. The syntax for fill is as shown. First argument represents the number which fills the array. Remaining arguments represent the size of each dimension. Zeros is a function used to create an array filled with zeros. Syntax for zeros function is as shown. Arguments represent the size of each dimension of the array. Identity function creates an identity matrix. It takes one argument that represents the size of both dimensions. Now let me demonstrate these functions using OM shell. Let me go back to OM shell. Type fill within parenthesis 5, 2, 2. This command generates a 2 by 2 matrix with all its elements being 5. The first argument represents the element to be filled within the array. 2 represents the size of first dimension, and the third argument 2 represents the size of second dimension. Now press enter. The result is as expected. Elements within one set of curly braces represent a row. Hence, this matrix has 2 rows and 2 columns. Now let us use zeros function to create a 2 by 2 matrix with all its elements 0. Type zeros within parenthesis 2, 2 and press enter. The result is as expected. Let us now try identity function. Type identity of 3. This creates an identity matrix which is 3 by 3 in its size. We can also perform arithmetic operations and use assignment statements in OM shell. Let us create two matrices and perform arithmetic operations on them. Type A colon equals within square brackets 1, 2 semicolon 3, 4. Comma is used to separate elements in a row, whereas semicolon is used to separate rows themselves. Now press enter. Type B colon equals identity of 2. This generates a 2 by 2 identity matrix. Now let us perform arithmetic operations on A and B. Type A plus B and press enter. This performs matrix addition. Type A asterisk B. This performs matrix multiplication. Press enter. Type A dot asterisk B and press enter. This performs element-wise multiplication of the two matrices. Note that it is not necessary to define data types of variables used in OM shell. Now let me switch back to the slides. Reduction functions take array as input and return scalar as output. Min is a function which returns the smallest value in an array. Similarly, max function returns the largest value in an array. Sum returns the sum of all elements, and product returns the product of all elements. Let me switch to OM shell to demonstrate these functions. Let me create a new matrix x colon equals within square brackets 3, 4 semicolon 5, 6. Type min of x to obtain the minimum value of x. Type max of x to obtain the largest value in array x. Similarly, type sum of x to obtain the sum of all elements, and product of x to obtain the product of individual elements in array x. Let me go back to the slides once again. Let us now discuss various other functions that take an array as input. Abs is a function which returns an array with the absolute values of all its elements. Size returns a vector with the size of each dimension. Ndims returns the number of dimensions in an array. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. In this tutorial, we used OM shell to interactively demonstrate array functions. These functions are part of Modelica language specification. Hence, they may be used while writing classes in OM edit as well. As an assignment, apply abs, ndims, and size functions to an array. Secondly, we have used a two-dimensional array or matrix as an argument to most of the functions. As an assignment, implement all these functions with three-dimensional arrays. Watch the video available at the following link. It summarizes the spoken tutorial project. We conduct workshops using spoken tutorials, give certificates. Please contact us. If you have questions in this spoken tutorial, please visit the webpage mentioned. We coordinate coding of solved examples of popular books. Please contact us. We help migrate commercial simulator labs to Open Modelica. Spoken Tutorial project is funded by NMEICT, MHRD, Government of India. We thank the development team of Open Modelica for their support. Thank you.